Well, hey, mamas. Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today, we are talking about folders. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And if you're wondering why, it's because it's back to school season. And I want you to know exactly what folders to buy for your teen, for your tween, for your college student. So, let me know. Are you going to buy folders? Is that something on your teen's back to school supply list? Is that something that your teen uses? Let me know down below. And if you're going, Jessica, why are we talking about this? Well, it's pretty simple. The folder or no folder that your teen uses makes a huge difference in your teen's study skills, makes a huge difference in your teen's success at school. So I've got different folders I want to share with you guys. And before I do, though, before we really talk about why we're talking about folders, do know I would love to jump on a call with you, with your teen, and help your teen figure out, hey, what is my teen's learning style? How does he learn? How does, folders, how do school supplies factor in? Well, there's a link to fill out my intake form so we can talk. And it's really quick, really painless, and it's totally free and no obligation. So let's jump into it here. I have the folder you're probably most familiar with here, the paper folder. Okay. Now, the thing that I don't like about these is for me as a student, because I was such a good student, I was a straight A student. I was the one that loved to study, loved to do my homework. They don't last. Like, they fall apart in less than a year. It's not uncommon for these to, literally lose papers. Okay. It's not at all uncommon for them to, get the little rips, the little tears. Okay. And that's exactly what's going to happen to your teen's homework, to your teen's notes, if they use the paper. So that is folder number 1 to avoid buying. Do not buy the paper folders. Okay. Now, I want you to notice something else here before I show you the next folder. These are all different colors. I got to tell you, your teen needs different colored folders. Now, if you're going, why? Well, that comes down to the type of teen learner you have. So that's something we'll talk about in our call together. So if you're going to avoid the paper folder, then you're probably going, Jessica, what do I need to buy? Well, this isn't the best, but it's better, which is the plastic folder. Okay. And I want you to notice here, the plastic folder does not have brads. Okay. So it has, the plastic and, but no brads. Okay. So giving it away a little bit for the best of the best. But this is awesome, the plasticky ones, because they will survive the whole year. They're also awesome because the sides don't pop out. So that means nothing gets lost. They don't tear. And even better, they are reusable. Okay. It's really easy to wipe off the name of the class or whatever this folder gets used for. Okay. So those are 2 folders that you will see at the store this year, but I don't want you to buy either one for your teen. So before I explain why my favorite folder is the best folder, why is the folder that I always recommend teens, students of any age use, I want you to know we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. So if you haven't hit that follow button, you haven't hit that subscribe button, do so now, because we're going to be talking about school supplies all week. And today's folders, tomorrow's going to be binders, another day is going to be loose leaf paper, another day is going to be all about trapper keepers, we're talking about pens. I mean, the school supplies that you buy or you're wondering if you should buy, we're going to talk about them. And if you have suggestions, if you have certain questions, drop them below. So best for last here, the folder I always recommend students buy is this plastic folder with the brads. Okay. And now I gotta tell you, I love it because it actually holds paper. That is why this folder is the best of the best. Okay. And not to give away a future video, but If your student asks, hey, should I be using 3-ring binders? Should I be using loose leaf paper? Or should I be using something else for like a notebook? Always, always, always recommend one of these folders. Okay, has all the benefits of the other. It's plastic, it's not going to rip, it's reusable. I just scratched off here in permanent marker, but you could easily, and I need to, take some rubbing alcohol or even hand sanitizer, which is practically rubbing alcohol, to the front of it so there's no words left on it. Okay, and the cool thing is those brads, the paper doesn't rip, the papers don't fall out. And I gotta tell you too, that at the end of a semester, end of the school year, your team can take out those papers and actually keep them, and hopefully file them and reuse them for another class. You can also always add more paper to these files, so these folders, which is pretty awesome. So I know this is probably seeming like a commercial and you're like, Jessica, why did you spend the whole video telling us about folders? Well, it's because the wrong supplies lead to bad things. I know that's not very descriptive and you're like, Jessica, that's just not enough. Well, I gotta tell you, Mama, it comes down to how is your teen going to be successful at school? I mean, he has to know how to learn, which I can teach him, which is what I love to do. But you also have to help your teen stay organized, help your teen get stuff from school to home and back to school again. So that is what school supplies do. Your teen has to get that information from school and then actually use it at home to study, to do homework, to actually use that information in other parts of his or her life. So I hope you find this helpful. If you've got questions about folders, because we didn't even talk about the cutesy stuff. We didn't talk about the puppies or the kitties or like the sparkly things or the, whatever sayings and celebrities are cool right now or that your teen is into. Just know the material is the most important part of a folder. And we didn't talk about how to use the folders, and that's because it depends on your teen's learning style. So definitely, if you want to talk with me, if you want to meet with me one-on-one, so we can talk about your teen's learning style, so we can decide, hey, your teen needs this school supply or that school supply, schedule a free strategy call. Keep trying to say strategy call, strategy session, but first step is to fill out that form that you will go to when you click the link in my description of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome night. And remember, click the link in the description so you can sign up for a free strategy call so we can talk about the supplies, folders your teen needs. See you tomorrow.